You guys, Mr. Techum here. Today I'm going to show you guys how to overclock your processor as well as your graphics card. Very easy. This does not require BIOS, so there's no resetting, there's no F1, there's none of that. And all you need is an AMD processor and an AMD graphics card. That's all you need. One thing I want to say is if anything goes wrong and something happens to your computer, I'm not responsible for it in any way. This is for educational purposes only, and please don't. I'm not here to smash up your computer, but I'm not saying that to scare you. As long as you follow my steps, you shouldn't run into any issues with your computer. So let's get started, I guess. So first, what I want to do is open up the Catalyst Control Center. You can do that by right-clicking at the desktop and clicking this, or you can search for it in the search bar and open it up, and it's gonna look like this. And you're gonna have a bunch of these options here. Go under Performance. Now, if you haven't used the Catalyst Control Center before, you're probably only gonna have two options here, and that's CPU Overdrive and AMD Overdrive, or CPU Power. I'm not totally sure, but you're probably not gonna have Graphics Overdrive. To enable that, I was like speaking two words at the same time. To enable the Graphics Overdrive, click AMD Overdrive and make sure it is enabled. So, yeah, that's it. Let's go ahead and enable that. So make sure this is enabled. Actually, disable that and apply it. So make sure Graphics Overdrive is enabled, so you get that option. So to overclock your CPU, simply just go over to CPU Overdrive, and you're probably not gonna have this this bar here, and you want to check that and click Auto Tune. Click OK, and what it's gonna happen is it's gonna progress 100 megahertz every time, and it will pretty much keep going until your computer can't handle it, and then it will reboot, and then you're able to overclock to so right now I have mine at 4.1 gigahertz or megahertz, and then I have to enable it, but then we got 4.2, 4.3. Mine couldn't handle 4.3, but I think I had another program running it, so I'm just gonna disable that and apply it. So when you're done that, it's gonna ask you to reboot. I'm pretty sure after you do that, and then you should have this bar up here, and wherever it made it to on this, it should be on this, so you could overclock. One thing I have to stress that you do not fully overclock your CPU to the max possible, because if you do that, it can cause problems to your motherboard. It could, if you have a crappy heatsink, it could overheat. It can do whatever, and not good for your computer, not at all. So don't fully overclock it to its max potential, because it will not be good on your computer, and it just cuts time. It just cuts a good 10 years off your computer if you keep it like that. Next, to overclock your graphics card. Maybe you want to overclock your graphics card to get better frames in a game. Maybe that's why. Maybe there's other reasons, not totally sure. To do that, just simply click Graphics Overdrive, and you're gonna have 6 options here. You get the activity, which is what the how much percentage of your graphics card is being used. You got your GPU clock, you got your memory clock, you got the power, temperature, fan speed. The rest is pretty self-explanatory. So you're gonna have 4 options here. You got the high performance GPU clock, which is the main overclocking slider. You got the high performance memory clock settings. You got the manual fan control and the power control settings. Before you overclock, make sure you enable Graphics Overdrive. If that is disabled, none of this will actually apply, so make sure you have that enabled. So simply just drag it to wherever you want. I recommend keeping it progressing 100 megahertz every time. So right now I'm at let's just default it. So if it's 1050 and overclock it to 1150 and apply it, and go over to your game like Minecraft or whatever a game that you want to get more frames in, and see if it has changed. If it has, go ahead, just leave it like that. Don't change anything else, just leave it like that, and then you're set. what you do not want to do is simply drag everything to the max. You do not want to do that. That will crash your computer, and that is not good for your graphics card at all. Manual fan control, keep it automatic, because for my graphics card, I don't know for yours, but it detects if it goes past a certain threshold, it increases the fan speed. So mine's 69 degrees. As soon as it goes past that threshold, it past 70 into the 80s, the fan speed does kick in to about 60 to 70%. So don't really play around with the manual fan control, because if you set it to 100% and you have the fans going full blast and you're not even playing a game, it will eventually burn out your fans, and that will not be good. Anyway, that is how to overclock your CPU as well as your GPU. If you found this video helpful, go ahead and leave a like rating below. If you guys want any more tutorials or anything of how to do something, leave them in the comments section or PM me. And always, if you want to see more videos and tutorials, please hit the subscribe button, because I will subscribe back to you. And that's it. Thanks for watching. I'll see you next time.